I'll be speaking on the voice. The voice. A voice is a is an audible message from a person. Are you there? A voice is an audible message. For you to call something a voice, it means you can hear it. So every voice has to be audible. One of the characteristics of a voice is audibility. It has to be something that your ears can relate with. But there are two types of voice. We have the stranger, the voice of a stranger, and the voice of the shepherd. Now, the voice of a stranger, according to the book of John, Jesus began to speak concerning his own sheep. He said, "My sheep heareth my voice, and they come." He now said, "The voice of a stranger they will not obey, they will not follow." Now, who are these strangers that Jesus was referring to? Now, stranger in this context can be a person and it can be a teaching. Stranger can be a person and it can be a teaching. As a teaching, stranger will now be referred to as those false doctrines. For instance, what you do does not matter. When you sin, God is not angry. It's your body that is sinning. You will still make it to heaven. Those are teachings uh, that are to energize the flesh. Are you there? So, like I said, strangers can be divided into two. It can be a person, it can be a teaching. So, any teaching that is not the will of God is a stranger. So, and Jesus said, "My sheep will not follow the voice of a stranger," meaning my sheep recognizes uh, fake teachings. So, they will not give attention to fake teachings. Are you there? They will not follow after fake teachings. They will not follow after teachings that edifies the flesh. Now, strangers can also be a person. I've talked about the teaching dimension now. Stranger can also be a person. That is the person that is using that strange teaching as a tool. The Antichrist, the person that is committed to bringing people out of the way of God. Are you there? So, anyone that is committed to teaching things that is not the will of God is a stranger. And Jesus expressed that his true sheep will not give heed. They won't give their attention to the stranger. Even when the stranger is talking, they will not give attention to it. They will pretend as though he is not available. So when you see people that are giving their attention to strangers, people that teach uh, the doctrines of devils, people like that are not the sheep of Jesus. It's a proof that such people are not the sheep of Jesus. If you are actually a member of Jesus's sheep, you will not give attention to false teachers because you know the voice of the shepherd. Now, the reason the true sheep of Jesus will not give heed to the voice of the strangers, are you there? To the to doctrines of devils. The reason they won't give attention to those ungodly things is because they can recognize the voice of the true shepherd, which is Jesus. So until you are able to recognize the voice of Jesus, you may not survive the deception of this present age. Why? Because your ability to recognize the voice of Jesus, your ability to identify the voice of Jesus is what will define strength in you, is what will give you resistance against, the strangers, both as a teaching or as a person. Are you getting what I'm saying? Now, the shepherd also has two dimensions: the person and the teaching. The person is the person of Jesus, and the teaching is the teachings of Jesus. So those who are the sheep of Jesus, when they see true teachings, they know. They give their attention to those teachings because they know this one is coming from the fountain of life. And when they see, as a person now, when they see true ministers of the gospel, they know. Especially when the person speaks, they know this one has the presence of God. So the question is, we know you are a sheep. Of course, we know you are a sheep. But do you have that ability to recognize the voice of Jesus, who is the true shepherd? As a matter of fact, there are not two types of sheep. We don't have good sheep, we don't have bad sheep. No. If you are not a sheep, you are a goat. Meanwhile, Jesus is a shepherd. He's not rearing goats, he's rearing sheep. He's not looking after goats, he's looking after sheep. So, in the vineyard of God, you can't find goats there. If you are not a sheep, you are a goat. There's no good sheep, bad sheep. No. If you are not a sheep, you are a goat. And the implication of being a goat is that you don't belong to Jesus. The teachings of Jesus makes a sheep out of us, meaning it makes a disciple out of us. But the doctrines of devils transforms us into a goat. We will be stubborn. We don't want to hear God. That's the implications. I pray the Lord will help us in the name of Jesus.